I started at Kaldi's in 2013 when I was like 20. Got the call on my 20th birthday when I was in Florida that I got the job. My name is Jacob Samorka, and I work for Kaldi's Coffee. I worked at Kirkwood from, 2013 to mid-2015. Mostly in the kitchen, and I think at the 6 months before that I started working up front and learning about barista, did all my barista training and stuff like that. And then I moved to New York and was gone for a while. And I found my first job at this place called Lulabean, which was further into Brooklyn than where I lived, and got it off of Craigslist. And I worked there for 2 or 3 months, and it was fun, but it was definitely not specialty coffee and what I liked about coffee. So eventually I kept badgering the people at Blue Bottle that I lived down the street from, and eventually got a job there. Oh, yeah, so I'm a GIF on Giphy. One of the regulars that started coming in, she just showed up one day after 8 months of me working there and introduced herself as a new regular. And she was just a very intense, very sweet person, but she started coming in every day, and she was a creative director at Giphy. And we just became fast friends, and we'd eat dinner all the time. And then one morning she came in with her camera and made gifs of me and one of my other coworkers. The cafe that I worked at was actually attached to the Roastery, and there was just pretty much a warehouse with a cafe in the front of it. So I became fast friends with all the roasters and the QC guy and all the bakers. We just hung out all the time. Yeah, so I moved back in the summer 2017 and then got a job at the cafe at City Garden. People complained because I just like to hang out on the bar, because that's what I was used to working at Blue Bottle, because there's no food or cafe scene, it was just coffee. And then I moved to MCC for a little bit, and then eventually was applying for a production position. Yeah, eventually at the end of 2018, I became a roaster. I think my favorite processing is probably washed. Natural is very interesting. Honey is also very interesting, but I think it kind of uniforms the coffees too much, and they can become exhausting on the palate. If I could be only drinking one origin for the rest of my life, well, my controversial take is I love Sumatras. A good Sumatra is delicious. But I could not drink that for my entire life. That would be a miserable existence eventually. Honestly, I think Colombia. You can get the gambits so wide there. I love those coffees. They're always delicious. You can get a really simple one that's just very sessionable, or you can get a pretty wacky, natural, or just a really fine washed coffee from them, and I think it's great. My favorite coffee that we have right now is honestly the new Brazil Cielo del Cabral Tropical Natural. Because it's not super naturally. It has a little funk to it, some stone fruits, but it's super sessionable and nutty in Brazil. And the single origin Brazils are just fun and pretty new to me. I've only really seen them around the last couple of years. So that's always exciting when new fun things are happening. What would my advice be for somebody starting off at coffee? I'm not the best at doing my own research. I'm better at being hands-on. So I would always go to people who knew more than me and ask questions and had them help me out and figure out things with them. And I always made it known what I wanted to be doing and what my goals were. I would talk about them with people, remind myself by talking with other people around me, and just constantly moving forward on those things. It doesn't have to go fast, but you should always have that in your mind that that's where you want to go. How'd I get my good looks? My mother and father, beautiful people. My charm, older brother, and just natural baby. Hair's from my father. Dyslexia, also from my father. Pretty great. You don't like this?